Hi everyone, it's John again. Uh, I guess it'll be day 9 or 10 now, yeah? So, yeah, I deliberately left the videos alone for the last few days. Mostly because I wanted all the things I was saying last week to kind of sink in and percolate a wee bit. So, I know people are still struggling, and the best advice I can give to people right now is don't sit in front of a telly watching the news all day, and turn off the notifications from Sky News, from BBC News, from CNN. It's not helping you. It's keeping you in a state of fear. It's keeping you in a state of panic, and it's keeping you in a state of anxiety. And what I recommend instead is that you start playing music that triggers good memories. So maybe it's a song from a holiday, maybe it's your wedding song, or songs that you loved when you were a teenager, when you were first going out to discos and stuff. That music will help relieve the anxiety because it triggers happy thoughts rather than negative thoughts. The other things you can do, get outside as much as you can into your garden, as much as the current restrictions will allow. Spend time with your family and friends on FaceTime or House Party, this crazy new app, and stay in touch because we are very social animals. We need that social interaction. So just because you're stuck in a house doesn't mean to say you can't continue that. So organise little drinking sessions, with your friends and your family, and catch up with relatives who are on their own so they're not feeling isolated and lonely. But most important, try and see this as an opportunity. Try and see this time as a chance to slow down, a chance to take a breath, and a chance to catch up on all those things that you said you would do but you've never got time. So for me, I'm reading books a lot faster than I normally do. I think I've gone through 4 in the last 10 days already. So I love Kindle. I've got it on my iPad. And I've just been chilling. I've just been spending time with me. And it's been great. It's been fantastic. And I've got the opportunity now, to further develop some skills. Lots of people are offering free online courses just now. So, if you ever thought about a career change, then now's a bloody good time to start doing some serious investigation into it. And I get bombarded with stuff. There's a company doing a 4-week project management course, and it's free. You get a nice little certificate at the end of it as well. There's programming courses. There's all sorts of holistic courses. There's hundreds, and if not thousands, of courses out there that you could be doing. And it doesn't mean to say you're going to be sitting there for 8 hours a day doing the course. It's just maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours a day, and you've got yourself an insight into whether or not that is what you really want to be doing. So one of the things I want to share with you today is when I'm working with clients, a lot of people are unhappy, a lot of people are stressed, anxious, depressed. So I wanted to share some insights that I've had over the last couple of years when I'm working with people. So one of the biggest things I notice in nearly every client that I'm dealing with is there seems to be a lack of self-love, a lack of self-confidence, a lack of self-awareness. And that seems to be pretty constant through most of the clients I've been dealing with over the last couple of years. And that's not a criticism of them. But for me, I have spent a good chunk of my life being perfectly happy with who I am and accepting that I've got faults and accepting that not everything I do will please everyone. And I guess I've been fortunate that I've had that, I've believed in myself. I like who I am. And if more and more people could just learn that one thing, that the best person in your life is yourself. And I see too many people caring way too much about what other people think about them. And that really is, for me, a waste of time. Because as human beings, in our human experience, everything we do is thought-led. We live a life full of thought. And if you can drive yourself crazy with all the thinking going on in your head, why would you really care a shit about what's going on in someone else's head? And is their thinking going to be any better than yours about you? I don't think so. So for me, luckily I found this one out early. So from a very early age, maybe I still like maybe a teenager or early 20s, I really stopped giving a shit what other people think about me. And it's the most freeing thing I ever did. Because once you let go of that monkey, you start focusing on you. And you start doing things that make you happy. You stop doing things to please other people. You stop doing things to attract attention. And when you start doing things for you, that you like, that you enjoy, it's amazing then what happens and gets attracted into your life. So when you start loving yourself, it's amazing with that energy going out into the universe, what comes back in is love. So if you're projecting out to the universe that you're a worthless piece of shit and you can't do anything, the universe will take that on board and will keep on sending you things that comply to that thoughts that you're having about yourself. But if you're sending out to the world that I'm a good guy, yeah, I like this, I'm happy, I'm content, I like who I am, the universe takes that on board as well and sends related related stuff into your life. So basically, what I've seen in my life is that once I grabbed hold of the whole JB and learnt to accept and love that guy for everything, including all the faults, including the good bits, including the quirks, including warts, including everything, Once I accepted that and once I loved that person, I noticed some massive changes going on around me. And I don't think that's a coincidence. I think because I was sending out into the universe feelings of love and feelings of happiness and feelings of joy, that's what the universe would be presenting back to me. And I'm a strong believer in that now, that what you send out is what you'll get back. So if you're sitting there feeling crap all the time, And that's what you're sending out to the universe. Unfortunately, that's what the universe is going to keep on sending you until you can get to the point where you look in the mirror and who you see and what you see is cool. You will constantly be fed what you're feeding the universe. So make sure you're feeding the universe good, love, joy, happiness. And self-love is very straightforward. It's about taking ownership of who you are, and it's about accepting who you are. No one in this world is perfect. No one will ever be perfect. There's no one in this world better than you. There's no one in this world lower or worse than you. You can't compare yourself to other people because their story and their path is very different to yours. So the only person you can compare yourself to is yourself. So the easiest step to take in finding self-love is that you see yourself as better than you were yesterday. You've taken a little step forward, and the things you did today were better than the things you did yesterday. And that's it. It's that simple. I can recommend a really good book. It's called I Heart Me by, hang on a minute, I'll check that out for you. I'm just checking my Kindle. It's David some, I can't remember. See, I always forget this guy's name. It's a shame because he's Scottish as well. Let's see, Kindle. So this is a book. It's a Scottish doctor who's got a fantastic, simple way of writing, and it's really easy, very absorbing, and very. This book is cram-packed full of things you can do to help. So if you give me a second, I'll grab it. Here we go. Yeah, so it's the book is called I Heart Me, The Source of Self-Love, and it's by a guy called David Hamilton, PhD. So if you can get your hands on that book, I think it's less than a tenner. You know, I think the paperback's about 7 or 8 quid, and I think you can get the Kindle for about 4 or 5. So it's worth it, and it just helps people understand how to love themselves. And I think if the more people that can learn to love themselves, the happier this whole world will be. So that's about me for today. Sorry about the last wee couple of minutes there rabbiting on about trying to find David Hamilton. But the most important thing for everyone to remember is accept who you are. Love who you are. Because you're the only person in the world that can be you. No one can do it better. No one can do it worse. So you might as well love yourself. And once you do, you'll see a massive difference all around you. The flowers will smell better. The sun will shine brighter. Everything just feels that little bit better. Well, take care folks, and I'll pop another video in the next day or two. Stay safe.